Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here, and this is Sunday Sermon. Today we're going to do things a little different. It shouldn't take me as long as it normally takes to break this point down. But the subject that I'm coming from is the Bible is the red pill. Let's look at some of the reasons why. The Bible is the red pill. Now, the Bible is one of the most misused, misunderstood, if not the most misused and misunderstood book, and it's for a number of reasons, some of which we're going to get into today. People go by outward appearance. They are often deceived because they go by outward appearance. But the Bible makes it clear that it's what's inside that counts the most, more than what's on the outside. What these guys try to do is they try to make what's on the outside count more than what's on the inside. And the people that's supposed to be judging things a certain way and judging things the least and judging people the least, they judge people the most. Like, people be judging my soul because, like I told a dude earlier, I said, so you judging my soul because I don't agree with simp talk? Like, I don't agree with simp talks. Listen, man, I don't think that you a simp because you treat women a certain way. I think you a simp when you treat women a way in which their actions don't deserve. That's what makes you a simp. When you treat women in a way that their actions don't deserve. We're going to get into a wide range of things, though, on this Sunday sermon. You're not a simp if a woman is cooperative with you, submissive to you, following your program, and you reward her and you affectionate towards her, and you a simp if you're affectionate towards a woman that don't do it. You're a simp if you're faithful to a woman that's not faithful to you. And one of the ways that a woman shows her faithfulness is by opening her legs. If she's not opening her legs, she's not faithful. I don't care if she don't got another man. She's not faithful to you. If nothing is wrong with her physically, and for whatever her reasons be, which are often grudgingly, for not having sex with her live-in boyfriend that is probably potentially gonna become a husband or her husband, she's not being faithful to you. If she even flirts or even has a liking, an intimate liking in her heart towards another man, and she denies her husband the things that she's there to provide. See, everybody want to talk about the man being a provider, but the man and the women are providers. They just provide differently. Let me say that again. The men and the women are providers. They just provide differently, and they provide different things. So you can't complain about if your man is lacking money-wise, but you lacking in your ways too. What you need to do as a woman, because you're following his lead, he does what he wants, but you're there to follow him. I don't care what none of these content creators, listen, man, I don't care how long you've been on YouTube. I don't care how many subs you got. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many books you wrote. This is still the dynamic. This is how it's supposed to work, according to the Bible, which is red pill. You say, oh, I ain't with that red pill stuff. What you really saying is you ain't with that Bible stuff. If you saying it for other reasons, then you don't understand. You don't understand. So we ain't gonna even, this gonna be a quick technical knockout. You dancing around with me in the ring, but you ain't gonna last the whole fight. This gonna be a technical knockout. They're gonna have to stop this one. Because guys be all over the place. They all saying, trust me. But how can you trust somebody that last week you was over here? Now this week you over here. And next week you gonna come back over here. And then this week you're gonna be over. Get out of here, man. What's wrong with you? Let's get into it, y'all. We broke down what the red pill is. Morpheus said The red pill is the truth. The concept comes from the movie The Matrix. This is where I get the name for this channel. No Matrix, no simping. Why did I put simping in there? Because usually you simp when you in the Matrix. Usually you simp when you affected by the Matrix. Guys, this is what guys do. 1 minute they saying that they the man of God and God's standard. The next minute they singing just like all these people that we know is in the Illuminati. We know that. How are you singing the same tune as them? But we supposed to think you a man of God. Let's get into it, man. Y'all see why I'm saying this. Y'all know I like to open up with what I'm talking about. So Morpheus said the red pill is the truth. He said, you take the red pill, you'll see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Excuse me. You'll see how deep it is. Now, remember how Neo was distracted by the red woman in the dress? What happened when he was distracted? The agent came up to him with a gun. And everything had to pause. Because when he got distracted, he lost track of who the agent was. And the agent came right up to him. That's the same thing that happened to y'all. Y'all getting distracted. And the agent coming right up to you. Again, what's inside a person counts more than what's on the outside. You give me an ugly chick that's beautiful on the inside, to me, it's gonna change how she look on the outside. Y'all might not agree with that. Think about it. A chick didn't look so hot, but she was submissive. She was following your lead. She was helping you. She knew how to cook. She keep a clean house. She pick her battles. Like, if you get in an argument with her, you have to be like, you know what, she right. Because she knows she's not battling you because she thinks she's smarter than you, because she went to better schools than you. She's battling you because you're wrong. She's not becoming flirtatious because this didn't go right or that didn't come right. She's not flirtatious. That will, to me, make a person beautiful. I'll tell you, like, it's been like, okay, so it's a couple content creators, female content creators on YouTube that I look at them like, man, that's a pretty woman right there. But then when you hear the venomous things that she says about men, it makes me look at her different. Like, man, who hurt you is right sometimes. It's right sometimes. Some of these people do and say what they say because they hurt. Somebody hurt them before. So we're going to go to some scriptures. The first scripture I want to go to is the scripture about the false prophets. And if I'm not mistaken, it is Matthew chapter 7. But I'm going to read these scriptures from the Message Bible because I want these scriptures to pop a little harder than, say, the scriptures with the Shakespearean language called the King James. So this is what it says in the Message Bible. It says, be wary of false preachers who smile a lot, dripping with practiced sincerity. Chances are they are out to rip you off in some way or another. Don't be impressed with charisma. Look for character. Don't let somebody tell you they have character. Look for it. What you sing about. How you talk. How you treat people. That's character. You put somebody in their place to deserve it, that don't mean you don't have character. You try to put somebody in their place because they don't agree with you, and you could possibly be wrong, that's lacking character. So, that's what it says. Again, look for what they sing about, okay, if you telling me you're a righteous man, then, okay, I'm going to hear it in your music. A lot of these secular rappers claim God, but you don't realize when some people say God, they talking about money, they talking about they self, they talking about other things. It's a deception sometimes. Now let's go to Matthew chapter 23. I'm gonna read verse 27 in the Message Bible. It says, "You're hopeless. Your religion scholars and Pharisee frauds. You keep meticulous." No, he said, "You hopeless, you religious scholar and Pharisee frauds. You keep meticulous account of books, tithing every cent, every nickel. You says, but on the meat of God's law, things like fairness and compassion and commitment, the absolute basics, you carelessly take or leave it. Careful booking is commendable, but the basics are commendable." So, what he was saying, he was talking about, that's the woe to you scribes and Pharisees scripture. What he was saying in that scripture, he was saying basically they are hypocrites. Like they say one thing and they do another. They say one thing one week and then the next week they saying something else. This last week you telling people never to get married, don't marry none of these women. This week you telling them, maybe this, maybe that. No, what you should say is, last week, man, if you don't find a unicorn, don't get married. This week, man, if you don't find a unicorn, don't get married. Y'all know, I tell y'all that marriage is not for streetwalking minded and streetwalking type of women. Because those women do what they want to do and they are often rebellious, and most women that start on them streets, it started at home with some type of rebellion. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. This is why I say the Bible is the most red-pillaged book. Let's go to Matthew chapter 15, verse 14. He said, "Every tree that wasn't planted by my Father in heaven will be pulled up by the roots. Forget them." That's like almost like him saying F-U-C-K them. You know how we use that? F them. He said, every tree that wasn't planted by my Father. So if it's 10 trees and only 2 of them was planted by the Father, but y'all like the other 8, he said, forget them. He said, them. They are blind men leading blind men. When a blind man leads a blind man, they both fall into a ditch. See, a lot of these guys is leading y'all to a hole. They leading y'all to the rabbit hole. You're only supposed to look in the rabbit hole. You're not supposed to go in the rabbit hole. He said, you see how deep the rabbit hole goes. You look down. You say, no, I don't want to go down there. Okay, now this is the last scripture I'm going to mention, and then we're going to talk a little more and we're going to close. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2. Y'all know where I'm going. The women just shut the hell up. Shut up. That's in the scripture. That's in the disciples. That's in the disciples' writings. That's in the Apostle Paul's writings. That's in the prophets' writings. That's all through the scripture. But let's go to what it says in the Message Bible. I don't let women take over and tell men what to do. Why don't he? Because he is an apostle. He's building the church. Anybody that's building the church, you don't let women tell men what to do. You ain't building the church. You acting like, well, these women, that they did this for this reason, they did that. No, they did it because that's what they wanted to do. Let's get into it. Let's keep reading. They should study to be quiet and obedient along with everybody else. Adam was first, then Eve. Woman was deceived first are pioneer in sin. You see that? Do you see that? That what happened with Adam and Eve, when you red pill, you understand the scripture, it won't happen with you. Or if it does happen with you, you'll do what Adam should have done. See? You'll do what Adam should have done. And that's put her in her place. If you can't put her in her place, go somewhere else in the garden. Go eat from the tree that you're supposed to eat from. And let her do what she gonna do on her own. That ain't your wife. The Most High showed us with the two first people that you do what I say. You believe what I say. If she don't, forget her. What did he just say? What did I read about what the Son said? They are blind leaders of the blind. Forget them. What did he say in the other scripture? You know what? What did he say about false prophets? Don't be impressed with charisma. Look for character. What did he say about the fruit? By their fruits you will know them. So you could tell me what you want. And I can only see so much. Just like y'all can only see so much with me. But you will know me by my fruits. Let me give you an example. Y'all talk about money. Where did Lazarus the beggar go? And where did the rich man end up? Obviously, Lazarus has some character, huh? Because he made it to heaven. He just didn't have no money. See, y'all judge by outer appearance. And because you judge by outer appearance, what it say? If a blind man leads a blind man, they both fall in the ditch. If a blind rich man leads a blind poor man, because he's judging by outward appearance, he wants to be him, they both fall in the ditch. If a blind poor man leads a blind rich man, what happened? They both fall in the ditch. This is red pill. Forget them, he said. He's speaking to me, speaking volumes to me. There's a lot of people I need to forget. When I look at what the Bible say, the Bible is red pill. It's a lot of people I need to forget. The Bible tells me to mind my own business. Are you in somebody's business because you use something that happened as a teaching moment? No. No. It tells me to mind my own business, though. And that's what I do. People around me, they do what they do. I do what I do. I'm going to keep them out of my business. I'm going to stay out of theirs. And I talked about on the short, man, what I look like. That's why I say some things as teaching moments, but I don't put everything on YouTube. Especially because people don't be supporting. People don't support, people don't help. You got to do more than just talk. Okay, are you watching the ads? Are you hitting the like button? Are you sending financial support? Are you coming to my defense when people be trying to attack me in the comments? And you agree with me? That's what I'm talking about. It ain't all about just money. I know a couple people be getting in that fire. They sure get in the fire on me. It remind me of high school, right? It's one of the reasons I didn't like high school. Stuff like this. We used to play in the school. I went to Custer High School. We used to play in Madison, a rival. Right? I ain't gonna lie. I started. I did. It's just something I chose to do. I started it. What I'm finna talk about, I started. What happened was, and he's the assistant police chief now. His name is Steve Johnson. He was the running back for Madison. I was a defensive back, right? Okay, so I was kind of being a poor sport. I'll admit that. I was. I'll show you something though, because this goes deeper than how it started. This goes deeper. So they were driving on us like they was having their way with us offensively. And we were in the huddle arguing, talking about who fault it is, this, that, and the other, right? Okay. So we the team, we Custer. We the Custer Indians back then. We were the Indians, now they the Cougars. But we're on the same team. We're in the huddle arguing, right? So I was already in mode, like I was mad because I was arguing with one of my teammates in the huddle. What was happening was I was backpedaling and dropping back and covering their receivers and tight ends that was going out doing routes like I'm supposed to do. You could see from back there, our linemen were getting pushed back. So Steve, the running back, was just having his way. We was tackling him and stuff, but he would pick up 5 yards, 7 yards. He was having his way because they wasn't getting no penetration, pause, into the backfield. Our linebackers, they were sending the fullback at the linebacker, and they was sending like they was cracking back on them. So they was getting past them too. Now watch this. We arguing in the huddle, me and this other guy. I think his name was Zawacki or something like that. Every time something happened, something about that dude, he always had something to say. Like he wasn't perfect either. That's why we used to always argue. And so they ended up, we ain't gonna go too far, stay with me. They ended up changing me and his positions because what they said was he was better at free safety than I was, and they said I was better at corner than he was because I was a better cover corner, and like I was just better at the line. He was better off the line. That's what the coaches said. So down the line, they end up switching our position. But in the games, like we used to argue, like one particular time, right? We hit a dude. I hit him, somebody else hit him. He fumbled. And they were all right there, like it was 2 or 3. That was when we was playing North Division, another rival. I just hopped on the ball and covered the fumble. He comes over the top, and he was like in the huddle. Man, I was finna pick that up. I'm like, man, what's wrong with this? I thought me and him was gonna fight. If we would have had classes together, I already knew we would have fought. Because every time he always had something to say. We didn't have classes together though. I was in the PAT. He was in the basic, the basic classes or whatever. So, but I know we would have fought if we was in the same class because I know him. He would have been saying something, I would have got mad, and we would have fought. So, we on the same team though. But it's something about me that he didn't like. And so, he always had something to say. And so, you know how you go walk across the stage and you be shaking everybody's hand? I don't remember shaking his. I remember us walking past each other. I mean, we both had our moments of bad plays. We both had our moments of good plays. But the problem I had with him is the problem I got with some of these people on social media and YouTube. They always got something to say, but You inconsistent. What you saying is based on you saying things for your own selfish ambitions. Kind of like he was. So our captain was like, we was arguing in the huddle. He said, man, both of y'all shut the bleep up. It's all of our fault. We suck. We playing horrible. Right? Now check this out. So we scored first. They was coming back on us. We was making them punt and stuff like that. They wasn't scoring every time, right? But one particular play, they did like a Statue of Liberty or some stuff. They had me fooled. They had Michael Zawacki fooled. That was his name. I remember his name. They had the whole defense fooled. What they did was the quarterback dropped back to pass. Steve was back there like he was blocking. He went to the side like he was finna help block. And then the quarterback wrapped the ball around like this, where I couldn't even see him. All I saw was I was downfield. Like I was over the top on the, let's see, what side that would have been the left side, because the receivers ran deep route. And so I said, man, why is this play taking so long? I looked up. I'm all the way across the field by their sideline. I just saw Steve coming through the hole with the ball. Now keep in mind, we was just arguing. Normally he wasn't that fast, but this time he was trucking. He came through the hole untouched. All the way, he running all the way upfield, right? I cussed. I said, oh, ish. I was running towards him. I saw him getting close to the end zone. I said, if he scores, I'm hitting him anyway. Now, that's where I was wrong. He put his feet like this on the pylon trying to go across. I just lowered the boom anyway. Boom! I hit him. He fell on the track. His arm was scraped up and stuff. Oh, you heard their whole sideline gas. Both of the referees threw flags. They gave him the touchdown, and they said it was going to be assessed on the kickoff, right? So they kicked off to us. They took the lead. Now keep in mind, they have a better history, and they were supposedly a better team than us, but we scored first and we was winning. They got mad because we celebrating like we had the game won. They came back, tied it up. We going back and forth, but then they did that play. That's the play that gave them the lead. Now keep in mind, they was driving upfield anyway. They was moving the ball on us. So me and him was arguing in the huddle. Like he was trying to say it was my fault. I was saying it ain't my fault. Our captain said, man, it's everybody's fault. So when I hit him anyway, we get the ball back. And I saw a dude, his name was Reese. His name was Urgent Reese. Me and him had a fight in middle school. We didn't get along that good. When I saw him in that game playing for them, I said, oh, it's finna be some mess. Because I knew him. So we got the ball back. The play was over. Urgent goes right up to another player, Smith. I think his number was 66. So he hit him. Boom. Smith fell. Smith said something to him. They had words. Everybody went back to the huddle, right? Okay. Next play. Urgent did it again. I look up, him and Smith fight. They fight. Keep in mind, there's 22 players on the field. It's players on the sideline. Nobody really left the sideline. The referee stopped. Maybe some people came in. The coaches came in. Because one of their coaches hit me. Because when him and Smith was fighting, all of them piled up on Smith. And it was only like 2 or 3 of us trying to get them off Smith. That's what I'm saying. Us being a team, it should have been more than 2 or 3 trying to get him off Smith. So I got ejected. Smith got ejected. Urgent got ejected. I think somebody else got ejected. But they all was trying to blame it all on me. But keep in mind, I was wrong. But it's always 2 sides to a story. and it's always more to a story. What happened in this story, we was arguing. We was arguing in the huddle. So I already was mad. I ran up. Boom! I hit Steve anyway. That's what kicked it off, but nobody told them to do what they did. We didn't control what they thought. We didn't control what they did. They didn't control what we thought. They didn't control what we did. That's why he said, forget them. That's why I say the Bible is a red pill book, because it gives you instructions that benefit you. So when people say the red pill is toxic, they obviously don't know about it. When people say the red pill, all they do is bash women, they don't know about it. If you think we bash women, then you think that the Bible bashes women. Stop going to church then. Stop reading the Bible. Stop praying. Because these concepts come from the Most High, the most wise, the most powerful. They come from him. So take that up with him. He the one that told women that men shall have rule over them. So okay, if the Apostle Paul and the Most High is saying one thing, we know they on the same side, right? So if you take the contrary approach, whose side you on? It's a reason why the Apostle Paul said what he said, but he said what he said after the Most High said what he said. It's reasons. And this is why he said, don't be fooled by charisma. I'm telling you, the Bible is the red pill. You understand it, you know this. Okay. Just Pearly Thing says she don't believe that black people should get reparations. The Bible said that which the cankerworm. Come on now. She's not red pill. Stop. I'm going to say this. I'm going to keep saying it, but let me stress this again. The Tate brothers, Fresh and Fit, Pearly Things are not red pill. They like, you know what they like? They like the person that don't even believe in God, but they know it's money in preaching, so they get up in pulpits and do it. Kind of like a lot of preachers. That's why he said, beware of false preachers. Red pill, huh? So when I confront a preacher that's saying something false, how are you coming to their defense? I'll tell you how. Because like the Bible say, it's a blind man leading another blind man. You're not supposed to be with women that won't follow your lead. Ain't no excuses for it. Ain't no exceptions for it. If she don't want to follow your lead, let her divorce you, be an adulterous woman the rest of her life, and go take care of herself. What do these women do? They force you into divorce and they make you pay, or they divorce you and make you pay. That's why shouldn't nobody be taken up for them. Until they stop doing that, no content creator should be taken up for them. Now you should be saying both sides, but you shouldn't be taking up for them, and you got to be consistent. You confuse people with your inconsistency. Don't say something last week that you're not going to say next week. That's what make people grift, man. Y'all be grifting, man. Like, you'll look, oh, shoot, I better say something. You know, you start switching up. But anyway, the Bible is red pill, man. That's all I got to say on that. If you say you ain't with no red pill, you ain't with the Bible then. Because most of the stuff we talk about, even guys that's not spiritual, a lot of what they saying is biblical things. Now, ain't nobody Myron is not red pill. When he put that hood on, that showed us all. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping on Subjects channel. No simping. No, you said this last week. You saying this next week. That's simple. Which one is it? Should they marry these women or not? You know what I'm gonna do to all y'all flip-floppers? This right here.